Okay, so this is another little video I'm doing here. I've done a bunch of research on the internet, and apparently this is a common problem. My 99 to 03 Silverado pickup has an issue with the cruise control. Basically, when the headlights are on or the parking lights are on, the cruise control will not work. So I'm gonna demonstrate this real quick, because I'm gonna try and make a video about how to fix it. So first things first, we're gonna turn onto this road right here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set the cruise control, and then I'll show you what the problem is. Okay, so let me get this up. You got to be at least 25 miles an hour. I'm gonna take the little switch and set it. Then we're gonna push the button. I don't know if you can see it, but the cruise control is on. My foot is off the gas. Cruise is working, right? Everything's hunky-dunky. My ABS light's on. I gotta fix that. Anyways, so cruise works fine. It's great. Now here's the rub. Watch what happens when I turn the switch here to turn the lights on. The cruise is now off. If I turn the headlights back off and hit the cruise control, the cruise is now back on. And I'm in cruise control. I've done a bunch of reading and studying on the internet, and supposedly there's only a couple of reasons that this happens, but nobody's done a video yet on any kind of a fix. So I went to the junkyard yesterday and got a couple of parts, and I'm going to try and swap some things and see if I can fix it. And if I can, then I'm gonna post this video. So let's see what happens. Okay, so after the most minor amount of work, I believe I've solved my cruise control issue, and I'm going to prove it here right now. I'll go ahead and turn the cruise on, right? I'm going to try and match traffic speeds here and make it up like 40. And we're going to push the button, and the cruise control is on. Now the headlights are off, but that's your parking lamps. That's your headlamps. Cruise control is still on. Foot is off the gas. Maintaining speed. Okay, so I'm going to explain what I did to fix my no cruise control with headlights issue. And I don't know if this is the answer for everybody, but this was the answer that fixed it for my truck. So we'll just get right to it. Just so everything's clear, I have had LED tail lights on this truck since I've owned it. They were on it when I bought it. Cruise control worked when I bought it. Didn't have any kind of problems with it. I went from factory headlights to HID headlights to LED headlights. And I have a video of the conversion to the HIDs and the LEDs on my channel. And the reason I'm explaining this is because there's a lot of back and forth talk about HIDs messing up the cruise control and LEDs messing up the cruise control, and you can't have LED taillights, and you got to do this and you can't do that. And I don't know if that's true or not true, but I'm just explaining it for my truck. Now, like I said, I had the LED taillights when I bought it, and it also had an LED third taillight. I had all LED taillights, and my cruise worked. this third brake light went out about a year after I bought the truck, and I never cared to notice if there was a problem or whatever. So me being me, instead of just buying a new taillight, a third taillight, I fixed this taillight. And let me flip the camera around here. What I did was made another trip to the junkyard and stole a third taillight out of a, I don't know, like a Navigator or something like an Expedition, or one of the ones that has a really long taillight, and took it home and cut it in half. And then hot glued everything together, rewired it, brought it down into its own harness, and then adapted it to a bit of a factory GM harness so I could just plug and play it. And this setup worked great for however long it worked. I don't know, like a year or something like that. And this died. I didn't really use the cruise control a lot. You know, didn't do a hell of a lot of highway driving, and when I did, it was during the day, so I never noticed a problem. I'm working at a job now where I'm working, 13, 14 hours a day, and I leave my house at 5:40 in the morning, and I don't get home until, after dark. So I'm on the interstate, and it's night, and the headlights and the marker lights are on, and my cruise control will not work. So, after, reading and studying all that stuff, I took a couple little, what ifs, and said, well, what's the cheapest? And I said, the cheapest thing would be to replace this third brake light. So I ran out to the junkyard, and I got this. A factory third brake light off of a, another Silverado, GMC, whatever the hell it was. It cost me all of $9. I made sure that I got bulbs in it and everything worked before I left, and everything was cool. Brought it back, just cleaned it up like I wasn't worried about looks or anything, and slapped it in, and miraculous. Ta-da, it's fixed. Cruise control works with the headlights on. The cargo lights are on right now, and this is my other little mod I did. Doors open. Basically, when the dome light is on, the cargo lights are on. It's got that delay where the dome light stays on, but there you go. That way I don't have to flip around with, rolling this little switch thing up and down, this little doodad. God, I gotta clean my truck, it's dusty. But the only way to turn that on is to roll that all the way over, and it signals the cargo lights to come on, and that's annoying. And my truck's full of crap. But anyways, that was an easy mod. All you do is jump off the dome light ground, drag a wire out to it, and you tap into the blue white wire on the third brake light harness, and it will supply ground when the dome light is on, and it will signal those lights to turn on because they have constant power. So they're on a negative switch circuit. But just so you can see, these are my taillights, the LEDs. They've been on here forever. You can tell they got the scuffs and scratches on them and all that stuff. But there's, they work fine. I got stock halogen reverse lights. I had that thing. Yeah, this company right here, this bright LED company, garbage. Absolute garbage. Only worked for about 6 weeks, and I filled it with water and stopped working. So hopefully this video will help somebody else that's in this situation. And all I can say is start with the simplest shit first. Make sure all your taillights are working. Make sure all your headlights are working. I read through forum after forum after forum, and everybody's like, you can't have LED headlights, you can't have LED taillights, you can't do this, you have to do that, whatever. And I'm not saying those guys are bullshit, but for me, this is what worked. I had a bad third brake light, I changed it, cruise control issue solved. I have had and will continue to run LED taillights and headlights on my truck, and hopefully this video helps somebody. If it does, you know, like it, share it, or, you know, subscribe, or whatever the hell it's called, or don't, whatever. You know, I'll make some more videos about some kind of stuff. I will say this, my 240 project is hopefully going to get back into gear here shortly. I was over at my buddy's shop yesterday, and we're actually making plans to get the donor truck back on the lift and get the motor out. Once that's done, it should be a fairly straightforward shot to get it into the car, other than the oil pan, which I've been doing a lot of research on, and I may have an answer to keep a rear sump oil pan in a 240 setup. If I do, I'm going to post about it, but I'm not going to give a lot of pictures. And I'll explain that later. But anyways, hopefully this video helped somebody somewhere, somehow. All right, see ya, I'm out.